Hello there, I'm Manila Chan. You're watching In Question, broadcasting live from RT America National Headquarters in Washington, D.C. We begin this hour with breaking news. We are starting to see violent scenes coming out of France in what's being called the largest nationwide protest in the presidency of Emmanuel Macron. Across the country, workers are protesting over the government's pension reform. In areas of Paris, we saw demonstrators clashing with police, multiple fires have been set, and tear gas was apparently fired. RT's Charlotte Dubinsky is on the ground and filed this report.
Tensions on the streets here in Paris as this nationwide strike has turned into chaos. Some 250 protests taking part across the country with many transport networks completely paralysed. As you might get a sense from behind me, there have been clashes between the police and the protesters, with that tear gas now raining down in the city, the capital of the country. I can taste the tear gas in the air, and you might be able to hear the people shouting, "Oh, everyone hates the police." We've seen the protesters throwing projectiles towards the police, and then, of course, the police coming back at people, calling there for the demission, the resignation of President Macron. This is all over attempts to change the pension system here in France. The idea of merging some 42 separate systems into one universal system. The government says it will be fairer, it will be more equal, but people on the street say no, it won't be. It will mean that we will have to work potentially for longer. We won't have those early retirements, and our pensions at the end of this could in fact be much lower than they are. This is a very emotive subject in France, and this comes after a year of, or more than a year, of yellow vest protests. There is a general malaise here in France about the reforms being carried out by the French administration, and as you can see, that anger is now boiling onto the streets, with this protest scheduled to last not just today, but also to roll for the next few weeks. If it does, if it brings France to a standstill over several weeks, it will match those protests back in 1995, which brought the country to a standstill. That was, in fact, the last time a French government tried to make such big changes to the pension system. People angry on the streets, and what could have been a peaceful protest has turned yet again into a big clash between the police and the protesters. Charlotte Dubinsky for RT America in Paris.